Welcome to the special video presentation of Dairy Foods TV. I'm really delighted to be joined by Louie Gentine right now. He's the CEO of Sargento. Louie, thank you so much for joining me today, first of all.
Well, thanks for having me, Brian.
I wanted to ask you, you're celebrating your 70th anniversary, right? Can you tell us a little about that? Tell me about your family's background in the company and give a little history about the company.
Sure. Well, my grandfather started Sargento back in 1953, and you're exactly right. At the end of October, we celebrated 70 years in business. My grandfather, got things started by bringing consumer packaged cheese, natural cheese, to consumers, and very slow start, so to say, but focus on innovation, and our culture here at Sargento really has allowed us to be in the position that we are today, 70 years later, about 1.8 billion in sales with over 2,500 members of the Sargento family.
Yeah, incredible success. I mean, I have to say, you're up to, I believe the last report we had, I think in our Dairy 100 was $1.8 billion in annual revenue. So that's incredible. So tell me a little more about your vision. I know a lot of it is about being the most innovative, best loved, and real food company. But can you tell me about your, we don't want you to reveal every company secret, of course,
Sure.
For the Dairy Foods audience, but can you tell us a little bit about what your goals are every day, what you're excited to go to work, doing, and what you expect from the company?
Sure. Well, yeah, I think I still just want to kind of go back to really kind of our foundation as a company, started by my grandfather. He had an incredible focus on innovation, building and fostering a good culture at Sargento of hiring good people and treat them like family, and then also his desire to grow a brand and be a branded business for consumers. So when I look at those three, kind of key tenets to our organization, I believe that those things can allow us to be the most loved, most innovative real food company for consumers. And that certainly means that we want to be a strong player, as we are in the natural cheese category today. But I also think it gives us an opportunity to perhaps go outside of natural cheese and leverage that innovation expertise, the brand building expertise, and the culture, which is really the how we go about doing our business every day, to delight and innovate with consumers in many areas within food.
Yeah, great stuff. Absolutely. And can you tell me a little more about your where your innovation may lead you? Of course it's a crystal ball, but where can you go beyond cheese itself? Could it be, more innovation in snacking? Are there other areas that you could get into in the future?
I think really the opportunity is actually quite broad, and it's broad for a reason, because one of the things that I think has allowed us to be successful in the natural cheese category is just our focus on the consumer. Throughout our history, bringing shredded cheese to consumers, which is pretty much a common staple that's in refrigerated drawers today. Natural sliced cheese, a variety of different snacking cheeses. Certainly our balanced breaks as of late has been a huge success with consumers. And next year we're launching a version called Fun Balanced Breaks, which will leverage the Mondelez cookie brands of Chips Ahoy and Teddy Grahams, and pair that with a fruit chew or a chocolate covered yogurt drop, and also Sargento cheese, for consumers to continue to snack on. The snacking area, Brian, continues to be an area where there's just a lot of opportunity. And whether that be continuing within natural cheese or again, kind of in other food areas, I think there is, definitely an opportunity in that space as well.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. That
Yeah.
sounds great. I hope that comes out soon. I want to try that.
It'll be coming out in January, along with some great string cheese varieties as well for consumers
Oh,
too.
wow. Yeah, I'm excited. All stuff I love.
Yeah.
Uh, I wanted to also ask you about being a family-owned business for all this time. I mean, 7 years is incredible. A lot of companies, when they reach your size, are I'm sure approached or by a conglomerate or something of
Sure.
that sort. So how do you stay grounded and how do you stay a successful family-owned business?
Well, I think again, as a third generation family owned business, we really kind of have to go back and just remember kind of the foundation that we've built on, and that really is how we treat the Sargento family day in and day out. And my grandfather had a very simple phrase of hiring good people and treat them like family, and that's something that myself, but even the broader organization needs to be on board with. Certainly with 2,500 employees, I can't be everywhere or know everyone, but it's important that we instill that culture really and embody that within everyone. So that everybody feels as though they're a part of something, every single day that they come into work, whether or not that's working in one of our manufacturing facilities, to working in IT, in marketing, and sales. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, it's really about treating people like family, right? I mean, I know you have a lot of benefits you provide for employees as well. Is that correct? I know you have tuition
Yeah,
reimbursement and things of
eh,
that sort. Can you
you're
discuss?
exactly right. And we're constantly looking at the different things that we can do for our employees, really to recognize their effort, but then also just to show our appreciation for it. I'd also say that a lot of the things that we do because it's just the right thing to do. So tuition reimbursement is a great example. Somebody can get their a technical degree, associate's degree, bachelor's degree, master's degree, whatever it may be. And honestly, I don't really care if it ends up being in a field that's specific to Sargento. It's really just something that my grandfather and my father and uncles instilled upon people just to take advantage of continuing education. And if that makes Sargento better, fantastic. But most importantly, we just want to make sure that it is something that does good for the employee. And again, a number of different other perks. Doing an annual Christmas party for absolutely every single member of the Sargento family and a guest. We take over this resort in Elkhart Lake called the Ostoff, and it's a great opportunity to come together. We do every other year we do a summer picnic where retirees and employees bring their families with them and just have a really good time getting together. And then also very important to note is our retirees and those who have worked at Sargento previously have played such a critical role in getting us to where we are. We like to always continue to include all of them as well. And we host a luncheon, in early December for all of our retirees to bring a guest. And it's just a nice meal, an opportunity again for people to have some sort of like a reunion of folks who have worked previously at Sargento. But then it's also an opportunity for myself and leaders within the organization to recognize again the efforts of those who have gotten us to where we are today.
Yeah, unbelievable. Great job. And if anyone ever drops out at one of your parties or events, just let me know. I'm only a phone call away. Okay.
No problem. They are a lot of fun. That's for sure.
I can imagine. And I did want to ask you just to follow up on how important the employees are to you. Is that um, even more important right now? Because it seems like it's a lot of processors have talked about the challenges of labor these days. I mean, and
Yeah.
how hard it is to retain and hire employees. So have you found that these many benefits you have really hit home for these employees and the people that you hire?
Yeah, I don't think it's just a now thing. I think again it just goes back to just how we do, business, and that stakeholder philosophy of making sure you're making decisions for your employees in mind, your customers, your suppliers, and your community is really kind of the bedrock of how we make decisions and how we operate our business every single day. So I don't think now is any more or any less on the importance of our all of our key stakeholders. They're always been very important. We always want to make sure that we're doing the right thing for all of them, so that ultimately we can together grow stakeholder value.
Yeah, yeah, no question. And I also want to get, and I hate to bring up the parties again, but I guess you could see the state of mind I'm in right now. Uh, I did want to ask you though, in all seriousness, about the anniversary. So
Yeah.
how are you going to celebrate it? You know, when I talk about the parties, are you going to have some parties to celebrate that? I mean, can you give us a little take
So
on it?
we just you know, as mentioned, we do a lot of things, you know, for the employees, you know, throughout the year. This year, during the week of our anniversary celebration, we had cake and cupcakes within all of the different break rooms. We did different luncheons as well, and you know, just you know, did some things to kind of recognize, you know, our you know historical mark of hitting 70 years in business.
Well, congratulations so much, Louis. I
Yeah,
really appreciate you joining us, and best of luck in the future, and great success that you've had in the past. So keep it
yeah.
going.
Well, thank you very much, Brian, for having me on today, and greatly appreciate it.